myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way a little bit.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 49ers. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. At the 39-yard line. With Cook. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Extra receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. 12 yards there and a first down.
At the 37-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. McDonald. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
That's the reason we ball for.
Throwing is McDonald. This will be caught just inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 7-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. From the gun, a give to Penny. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
Boy, you ain't got no feet.
And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Pass for the extra point.
And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
First down.
Shot Penny. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Wilson's pass incomplete from the contact.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Seahawks.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Seahawks nothing. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Cook following the penalty. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
The ball carrier.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
2nd and 11. From the gun, it's McDonald. They'll find Miller. That's complete. They'll get 9 there as
as that sets him up better for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Running on first down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, second down.
37-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Ball at the 8 here for second and a yard, maybe a touch less.
Play action. It's Wilson. The quick slant caught.
And the Seahawks are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
23 yards, the final tally. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll run for it with Cook. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
You can fall or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch you hate, watch you learn, can't relate. Watch you skirt out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murk, out the gate, on sight. Red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I've been grinding.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Niners 21, Seahawks 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Wilson trying to lay one up deep. And that
will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
McDonald sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll run it again with Penny. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Again, it's Penny. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Out of the gun, McDonald. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
11-yard line.
They go play action with McDonald. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal. They'll run with Cook, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dalvin Cook with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Niners 28, Seahawks 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson, they set up the screen to Penny.
And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Double time. We got three, fellas. We got three. Slam, everybody,
Play action. Now Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. They find some open field here. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
A first down carry. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Wilson. He can run, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Following the fumble recovery, McDonald, open man is Samuel, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run, Cook. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The quick throw complete into the flat out left.
McDonald.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now a run with Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Calling the gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll move the chains. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 13-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
49ers.
Scotty Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
It's good.
And his kick is right through.
Niners 35, Seahawks 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out. Out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On first down, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
First down, Seahawks.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Operating from the gun, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Wilson. His throw caught right around the 6. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under 1 minute to go now in the football game. Again, Wilson. Flush to his right. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 2nd and goal from the 1. Penny will try to punch it in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Forced out to his left, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
Switch up, switch up. Slam, slam, slam. Bang. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Shift, shift, shift.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's coming, he's coming, he's going to go.
From the gun, McDonald. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for San Francisco, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9.